It's always nice to see the season out with a bang. Alton Towers Ultimate Fireworks Spectacular returns for 2022 with 3 nights of ridiculous amount of pyro, lasers and fun. Hey, this is Stu for Out & Back Travel. I make videos like this one to help inspire your own theme park adventures. Coming up in this episode, top tips for the fireworks event at Alton Towers Resort. The Ultimate Fireworks Spectacular is one of the best events at the Alton Towers Resort. You can expect a 30-minute show with a narrative, crammed full of music, lasers and pyro. Lots and lots of pyro. So let's go over some tips for getting the most out of your visit to the event. First up, try and avoid the crowds. If you can, please visit on a Friday or Sunday. Always avoid the Saturday. It usually sells out and it is sold out for 2022. So make sure you book your tickets or your annual pass reservations well in advance. The fireworks is obviously a very popular event, and with it only running for 3 nights, it's quite hard to get into, so do book in advance to make sure you're not disappointed. Friday will always be the best day as it's usually the quietest, so the ride queues are nice and low, so keep that in mind when the 2023 dates become available to book. Tip number 2, get yourself a good spot. The fireworks are around half an hour show from 7 to 7:30 PM. I would advise getting there slightly earlier to get yourself a good space. I'd give it at least a good hour to get yourself onto the lawns. I usually go loaded with hot chocolate and donuts, so I'm prepared for that wait. Of course, mobile signal once all those people are crowded together will be a no-go, so you might actually have to talk to the people you're with while you wait. There is usually some entertainment on the lawns before and after the show. In 2022, the entertainment starts at 5 PM, so from 5 to 6 PM we have Ignition, who are live music performers. 6 till 7 PM there's a DJ set by Relentless, with the fireworks themselves taking place 7 to 7:30 PM of course. So the next tip is to stand on the lawns for the best view. Alton Towers have now put some plastic matting down on the lawns, so it's no longer the mud baths like it was of yesteryear. Get yourself on the lawns, it's the best place to view the show aspect. There's usually some video screens and of course you'll be front and centre for seeing the display. Stay late to get some night rides in. Lots of people will leave right after the fireworks, but there's still a good 90 minutes of ride time in the dark, which is a rarer opportunity at Alton Towers, so it's a good excuse to do some rides with some minimal queues, as most people will leave after the fireworks, but get yourselves in the ride queue. Of course, Wicker Man usually gets a big crowd when it's dark, as obviously it's looking its fiery best. And in 2022 it is the last season for the original Nemesis, Sad Times, which of course is therefore attracting quite the queue line. Some rides will close at dusk and not reopen, like Skyride, Battle Galleons, Congo River Rapids and Get Set Go Treetop Adventures. So sorry kids, no water rides at 8 PM on a Staffordshire November evening. I know you're disappointed. Be aware of the phased reopening after the fireworks. So the sections of the park actually have a phased opening after the fireworks show finishes. Mutiny Bay, Katanga Canyon and Forbidden Valley stay open during the fireworks and are therefore available immediately after the show finishes. Because they're in a firework drop zone, Dark Forest and X Sector will reopen approximately half an hour after the show finishes, just so Alton Towers has time to do a safety sweep of the area and check that everything is clear before those areas reopen. This can be a really good time to get a night ride on the likes of 13 with really low queues. 13 is such an underrated night ride, make sure you do it. Be aware of the crowd flow. As the fireworks are some of the busiest days of the Alton Towers operating calendar, you can expect some crowd and traffic flow measures to be in place, so you might not be able to go down a path you normally can or drive down a road you normally can. They might also open up some additional park exits, so you might be directed to exit the theme park through the gate next to Sea Life, in addition to the main exits or a hotel exit next to Galactica. Which FYI, all guests can use that gate as an exit even if you're not staying in the hotel, so it's quite a shortcut back to the car park if you're not taking the monorail. Also, when you're driving out the park, you might be routed out of a gate that isn't the usual vehicle entry, so make sure you have a sat nav, as sometimes they will pop you out in a back country lane. The next tip is to consider staying on site. Now this is considered because the firework nights will of course attract a price premium for those on-site hotels. After a long day at the theme park, there's nothing nicer than only being a few footsteps away from your bed. The Alton Towers Resort hotels do what they do well, and that convenience of being so close to the parks is really worthwhile. So then, that concludes my top tips visiting the Alton Towers Ultimate Fireworks Spectacular. Are you visiting the fireworks this year? Do you have any of your own tips I didn't include? Please share them in the comments below. And as always, until next time, stay safe on the way out and back.